So you want to be a concert photographer and you want to photograph stuff like this. Well, maybe that wasn't your style. Maybe this is. Or who knows, maybe this could be your style.
We've been all waiting long enough. Ladies and gentlemen.
Hi, I'm Robert Maxfield, and I'm a concert and music photographer in Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas, and I've been one since 1977. And welcome to Max Concert Photography, where we talk everything concert photography related. In this video, we're going to cover day 2 of the Dallas International Guitar Festival, but I'm going to do it a little differently. I put some of the front, some of the video that I shot of different artists, and in this case I'm going to take you through and show you some of the photographs I took. I'm going to give you some of the settings I shot it with, and we're going to take a look at that. A little bit of different styles. There's a little bit of everything for everybody here. There's country music, there's blues, there's rock and roll. The only thing I didn't see was any wild death metal, but you know, hey, it could have been there. I don't know. But there's all kinds of stuff, and there's all these different things that are out there, and I'm going to give you a taste. The show actually starts on Friday. It's a 3-day long thing. It's 10, 12 hours a day. It's grueling. It's fun. We had a hell of a time. It's great. And but the first day, it rained. And I mean, it poured and it rained, and it was miserable. So guess what you get on the second day? Chaos and confusion. It's part of life as a concert photographer. You got to deal with chaos and confusion. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. These guys learn to play, man.
That's my friend Rocket Robert and his band, and they're obviously frustrated. So, but the show went on, and it was really good. And here's a few pictures from it. When you're doing sound checks, it's a good time to get good candid photos, and here are the settings. Shooting in this kind of condition may seem easy, but it's not. It can be very difficult. You know, earlier in the week I was catching some flack about my style, and somebody said it wasn't very good or whatever, but I'm going to let you look at these photographs and you decide and you tell me. But there's a lot of different versatility, I guess versatility is the word, that has to take place here. And let me know what you think. One of the nice things about doing shots during sound check, it lets you get dialed in for the actual show. In this case, I kind of chucked a lot of things out the window and reset a lot of my settings. I set my second camera up with matrix metering. I set it up with a little bit different ISO, and that made a big difference. One of the nice things about using 2 cameras, I've got 2 different lenses, and I can take and set my focusing up differently. I can set my ISO up differently. I can set my shutter speed. My focal lengths are all different because of the 2 different lenses. So it gives you a lot of options. We were standing around backstage and saw these 2 basses laying out on the concrete in the sunlight, and we couldn't just figure out who they belonged to. Well, eventually we found the owner. It's Rocky Athos II, and those are his basses. So here he is actually performing and using one of those basses, and here are the settings for the photograph I took. This was out of the long camera, the 80 to 200, with these settings. This is Joanna Connor, and the first time I saw her, she had a handbag, it looked like, over her shoulder and a guitar strapped to her, and the lady can play. These are the settings out of the long camera, and I'm going to show you another photograph with the settings out of the short camera. Pretty much for this shot, I set the camera up the same as the long camera so that the settings would match, and I was shooting this exact same. Here are the settings for this shot, and you can see the differences. This year I was on a mission, and this gentleman, Sonny Landreth, I fouled up on last year really big time, so I wanted to make up for it on this year's event. So if you notice, I changed the settings one more time as the afternoon went on, and they're a lot different than they were when we started the day. And eventually nighttime comes, and this is Red Volkart. He's played with Merle Haggard, Dolly Parton, you name it. If it's country, Brad Paisley. He's played with a lot of country people. I forgot to mention Dwight Yoakam, Ray Price, and my favorite, Buck Owens. Here are my settings for the nighttime with the long camera. You can see it's dark, and my settings have changed. This shot is out of the short camera, and this is of Jimmy Wallace's Guitar Army, and there's some pretty famous folks up here. At the end of Saturday night, Jimmy Wallace throws the last show with majority of everybody that participates in the Dallas International Guitar Festival, and there is quite a lot of them. And this show goes on. It starts roughly about 8 o'clock at night, and it goes on until whenever they want to quit playing. And I know that maybe 11 o'clock, midnight at sometimes. This shot's information is for the short camera, and you'll notice it matches the long camera at nighttime. So these are my standard settings. Hopefully you found this video useful, and got some good stuff out of it. But as a general rule, everybody in concert photography, their style is a little bit different, maybe a whole lot different, who knows. But I have to cover a ton of different genres, styles, things like that in different conditions like daylight to darkness to even small clubs. And the one thing about this particular show on Saturday, it takes you from early morning light to nighttime and artificial lights on the stage, and gives you a little bit of everything in between. I'd like to take this time to give a shout out to all those artists that make this incredibly wonderful show happen. Thank you to them. I'd like to also thank Jimmy Wallace Guitars of Garland, Texas. Man, I'm telling you, Jimmy is incredible. And I'd like to thank Buddy Magazine for making it possible also. Absolutely amazing. And if you have any comments, concerns, confusions, anything like that, man, please put them in the comments. We are going to answer your comments and that kind of thing. And thanks for watching. See you next week.